Okay. Welcome to the Rising Spivey Show. I am your host, Chanel Spivey. Thank you so much for tuning in. Real quick, I just want to continue to ask you all to send your feedback. Let me know what you think of the show. If you have any ideas, any topics you want to discuss, or any questions you have to ask, or guests that you would like to see on, please feel free to email us at believe@risingspivey.com. And if you go to the website, you can see the library of the show. All of our past shows are on there, and more information about the show is there. So please be my guest. Come into my world. Experience more Rising Spivey on Twitter, on Facebook, and everything. Follow me. Come meet me, love me, know me, because I love you too. Anyway, welcome to the show. I'm in such a great mood right now. It might be my curls. I like how my hairstylist did my hair today. I'm just feeling great, and the show is about being positive. So I'm in a positive mood. We're going to talk about being positive in a not so positive environment. We're in a world that is fueled by negativity. We love to see bad things for some reason. It's on the news. We like our reality TV bad. We like our tabloids bad. We like our songs dirty. We like our movies dirty. This is the world we live in. I want to talk about how to be positive in that world. It's the only way to be. I have Mr. Matthew C. Horne, an author. He's going to join us. He's a motivational speaker. He's on his third book. You're really going to enjoy what he has to say. Every time I hear him speak, I am very much inspired. And Brian Hampton is going to give us something different this time. Stay tuned. You are in for a treat. Welcome to my show. Brian and I are going to talk about some of the instances where this is a negative world and you would have to practice positivity to remain positive. One thing we were just discussing was the internet. How people just love to be negative and hateful and hurtful. It's like the meanest thing you can say is the best thing when you're on the internet.
Exactly, especially when you're coming at the bigger stars. They always, have to take it with a grain of salt. You kind of have to look at that and, take that in life too, because it's always going to have somebody to say something about you, whether if you're talking about yourself, if you talk too much, they're saying, why are you talking all the time? If you're too quiet, they're going to say, hey, they stuck up. Why did that person don't, talk to you? It's always something. It'll always be something. So the best thing you can do is just, ignore it, be yourself. Kanye said in an interview when they asked him a while back about the Cameron diss from Runaway, and he was like, I didn't even listen to it because I just don't, listen to things about me. I don't take that in. I don't take in the negative energy. But, and I was just like, that's a good way to look at it. You have a lot of time most of the time when people are saying something negative about you, it's just to get some attention their way, Mm-hmm. And if you respond, you give into it. And why are you wasting then your time and energy where you could be moving forward? Mm-hmm. It's kind of like holding you back. Now you're helping this person out.
I promised myself that I would never address this, but just for the sake of the topic and keeping it real, I've received emails about the show that were negative. Mm-hmm. And my thing would be, if you don't like my show, change the channel. There's so many other things to watch, but not only do you not like my show, you go and get online and you Google Chanel Spivey or Rising Spivey, and you sit there and type something mean or hurtful with the intention on, hurting my feelings, which, by the way, you could not do from the computer.
Right.
But it's just like, why do people like that? Why? You're lacking something in yourself.
Absolutely.
If you have to go through such, trouble to try to hurt somebody else.
And why do you have that much time in your day?
Too much time.
You know what I'm going to do? Oh, she going to have a show. She going to have a show, right? Bubby calls it the internet gangsters now. We have all the Twitter thugs or everybody on Facebook. It's just like you're behind a computer and everybody's their own star.
Right.
And so you see people on these social networks that never were outspoken or anything like that, but it's just
and
like
now you got all the mouth.
Yeah, they're a whole nother person. It's like, where did this
Who
person
are you?
come
I
from?
know
Right.
you.
Right.
You never talk.
Didn't you not say anything in class? Weren't you like this? It's like, where did this come from? But okay, now you this.
Behind that screen and you get you grow some Yes,
some confidence.
Confidence.
Right.
And now you just say these things that you would never, ever dare say to my face.
Right.
Or to anybody else's
Right.
face. It's like the internet gives everybody the space to be an extreme critic.
Of course, everyone has their opinion on things. I don't like every music artist that out, or, every person doesn't rub me the right way, but I'm not going to waste time. That's them. Of course, we're all humans. We all have different likes and dislikes, but I'm not going to put somebody else down. Why? I mean, that's who they are. I mean,
And everything isn't for everyone.
Exactly.
I always get it because, I'm a big Nicki Minaj fan, despite some people's feelings about her.
No.
I think she is hot. I think she is doing her thing. It's wild and it's different, but that's what it's about to me.
Yeah.
And she's doing her thing. And it's like so many people have such harsh things to say about her, but at the end of the day, you could change the station.
Exactly.
You could watch another channel.
If you don't like her, move on. I think she can personally rap, and that's when it comes to rapping, that's what she can do. Her content, different things like that, that goes up and down. But as far as rapping, she's where she's at because that's what she can do. And it's a lot of people, when she just came out with a video, and I just watched all these comments, and people were like, oh, I hate, how she did that, or look at this about her, look at the nails, look at the head, what I'm saying? She finally did. And it's like, and I'm thinking, do you think Nicki Minaj cares? And then you have certain people who who say they have haters and
don't nobody
really,
know you.
Right.
You don't
really
have no
don't.
haters.
I hate haters. Right? No one doesn't say. So I don't even like addressing. you know.
That's why I said that was the first and last time I'm going to publicly acknowledge whomever is sending me these emails. I don't know what you're doing with your life, but you can continue to watch me, baby, because I ain't going nowhere.
Sometimes it's like, as human beings, your natural instinct is just to come back. Somebody comes at you, that's your natural instinct to come back at them. It's so hard to be like, all right, it really doesn't matter. Like Jay-Z did Reminder, that song, and I love that song because it's like, how are y'all people even talking about me? Like, that's what he's saying. Like, I've done this consistently for this many years. How could you even make a diss record against me? Like, I've helped you. How do you even have basically one of the lines in there? It's like, how do you don't even have enough hit records to even, have a conversation with me, let alone to, battle against me. But, then he's like, I wish that I was going to take that off the record. I love the song, but it's like a conflicting thing. I put up today. You want to just naturally come back, but he's like, why?
I've received, first of all, way more positive feedback than negative anyway. Beyonce said there are 10,000 people who don't like me, but 10 times more who love me, and I love myself. Well, I get these emails, and it's like, does this person understand that they're letting me know that they're watching me? I mean, I don't even know you, and you're watching me. I'm no star. I mean, not yet, but but you're watching me. And then you take the time to comment. It's like if anything, what you're building in your head lets me know I must be doing something.
Right. And
you know what I mean? And I'm not going to stop, by the way.
And it definitely is just like, once again, it goes back to, what are you doing with your life where you want to, what do you have going on with you? Because there's something inside that's just like, holding you back, where you have to talk about somebody else to make you feel better. Certain insecurity going on. And like, you said, it's just best to not even, give that any or pay attention to that at all, because at the end of the day, like you said with Beyonce, and I can go with that too, it's so much more people who have stopped me and said, you know what, I can see this lady at work was just like, I can see, something special about her. She doesn't know me from a can of paint, but I've heard that a lot from different people. So if I take that, and then for the couple of people who don't like it, I mean, if you compare the positive to the negative, it's, out surpasses it.
And we're going to leave it with that, ladies and gentlemen. Continue to send all of your flattering messages to the Rising Spivey Show. We love to get them. Stay tuned. I want to change the world, but first I have to start with me. Waking up at the crack of dawn to do a job that I barely care about cannot be life. I have so much more to give to the world, so much more to share. This is my story. I rise, the wild and free mind of a Gemini. Written and produced by yours truly, Miss Chanel Spivey. Hey, my first guest is Mr. Matthew C. Horne. He is the author of The Universe is Inviting You In. Thank you for being here, sir.
All right, thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. I met Matthew on Charlie Grant's show. He is a co-host of How to Survive in a Bad Economy. And you are doing a lot of things. You are a speaker and an author. How did you get started? What got you to being this motivational, positive brother that you are?
Well, that's a question I get asked a lot, and thank you for asking me. I actually am a product of Prince George's County, and went to Friendly High School and Surrattsville High School, and I played basketball and had a little bit of a reputation in the area, and was blessed enough to get a full athletic scholarship to play ball at Coastal Carolina University in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And like any other Division I basketball player, I had NBA hoop dreams, dreams of making it to the big leagues. But, my career didn't quite go the way I envisioned it would go, but something very strange happened my sophomore year at the university. I did a speech called Continued Success in the Game of Basketball, and I paralleled my successes throughout the game up until that point to how my classmates could continue to succeed in their various endeavors. And they walked up to me one by one afterwards and like, Matthew, you should be a motivational speaker.
Oh.
I said, motivational speaker? I said, I'm 6'5" with the jump shot. Motivational speaker, but the look in their eyes didn't change, and I realized that wasn't the first time I heard it, and it was just more or less God's call in my life, and I just heeded it.
I see. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
So you play ball?
I still do.
You can't be me. Don't let these heels fool you.
Okay.
Because I'm nice
on
the court. Tell him, Brian. No.
Run and shoot right down the court.
What's he trying to do? No, I'll put those days behind. I played basketball back in the day, most of my life.
Okay.
So you're coming out with the third book now.
I am.
Okay, so tell us about the first two, and then we'll talk about the third one.
Okay, the first book is titled A Massive Dose of Motivation, and I was offered this book contract in my last semester of college, and it's myself and 13 other motivational speakers giving various insights on success. It's a really good book. And from the success of A Massive Dose of Motivation, I went on to open my own publishing company and published the book, The Universe is Inviting You In, which is publicly endorsed by Les Brown and selling all over the globe. And January the 1st is what I'm really excited about, and I want this audience to be excited about as well. All we have is now. How to create what's missing and do it now will be coming January the 1st.
How to create what's missing. Okay, so we'll be sure you can visit his website. I'll put the link on there, right there, and get that information. You can pre-order it, right?
Yes.
Okay. And how did you, first of all, I want to talk about your second book. What inspired you to create that? What made you say, you know what, I'm going to step out and write? Because you started off with a group. What made you say, I'm going to write my own book this time?
I really just knew it was time, and it happened very strangely. I was at a Tony Robbins conference in Denver, Colorado. It was right after I had graduated, literally a month after I had graduated from college, and he had us in there for like 10 hours a day, so I cherished my breaks, and I was in my room watching a speaker by the name of Dr. Wayne Dyer on PBS, and he was talking about how he published his first book, how the words literally came from the thin air. He says from nowhere to now here, and how he wrote his book spiritually and supernaturally. So on the flight back from the Tony Robbins conference, I was restless, I was excited, and I titled and outlined my entire book, came home, wrote the first 3 chapters in 3 days, and a year later it was published.
Okay. Yeah. Publishing. How does one get published? You have your own publishing company. How did you start with that? That's a whole nother arena there.
It is, and I had an inkling of how to do it just from interacting with the publisher for A Massive Dose of Motivation, and just kind of put the pieces together. Got a designer. Got my ISBN numbers, my barcodes, and just kind of closed my eyes and hope for the best.
And you did it.
Yes.
That's excellent. That is excellent. A lot of us don't like to read, much less write, then publish at the same time, and you're speaking. Yes. That's excellent. So what kind of background do you have? What were you in school for?
I was an English major.
Oh, I see. I see. Yeah. And it worked out pretty well for you.
Sure did.
You enjoy writing, obviously.
Sure do.
Did you want to get into any other types of writing? Do you write poetry?
I do write poetry. And what's funny is that I was looking for a way to sort of round out The Universe is Inviting You In. And what I did was actually to write poetry after every chapter.
Oh. Wow.
So even in my new book, All We Have Is Now, I follow the same blueprint, and I have poetry after every chapter as well.
Okay, your own poetry.
Sure do.
All right,
Yeah.
and songs. So and you write songs?
Maybe one day.
Do you sing? Can you sing fast?
Not really.
No. Are you sure you don't want to sing?
Nah, I'm okay. Everyone always calls me Barry White, so maybe
you might have a voice up underneath there. Debut it on my show.
Like be like one of the Temptations sing bass or something.
I'm trying to be a backup dancer. Let's make some things happen.
We sure can.
This episode is about being positive in a not so positive world. We are in a society where we love negative information. We love gossip websites and tabloids. I mean, it's everywhere. Every time you turn on the channel, reality show is fueled off of negative fighting and backstabbing. We just love it. How would one maintain being positive in this type of world? That's what this episode is about. Can you give me your thoughts on that?
I sure can. I would suggest to bombard yourself with positive messages of possibility, because when we really examine it, the message that we take in the most is the one that dominates our consciousness and ultimately wins. So if you want to have a positive outlook and a positive end result in your life, it's up to you to consciously choose to digest messages of positivity on a daily basis. This is a very negative world that we live in. And so if you don't consciously create a conversation inside of yourself that's contrary to the negativity of this world, you will succumb to the negativity of the world.
That's right, because my thing is sometimes, so in the morning now, to get up and get ready, I like to listen to the most ignorant music I can find because it gets me hyped, for real. So I'm listening to my Waka Flocka and stuff. Exactly, that kind of music. But then I'm on the road, driving like, Brian says it all the time, and your attitude is in another place. And so I realize, even though it does wake me up, it gets me hyped, it's not a positive message. I shouldn't listen to music that's calling women those words and everything, because it turns your whole, you can't start off on that level. And I don't want to start off listening to Trey songs in the morning and be thinking about stuff that I shouldn't be thinking about. But I want to encourage people to do more reading, great books that will uplift you and inspire you to go to the next level. What is your next level? What do you see next, and what do you see in the future?
And that's beautiful, because I was just asked this question earlier today in an interview. My next level is I want to go where my books have gone. And I've been blessed enough to have my books sell in numerous different countries, but all of my motivational speaking up until this point has only reached the United States. So my next level is to have an international presence and voice in the self-development industry.
Okay. Tell me, before we close, we're going to wrap up, tell me what you want people to know about Matthew C. Horne, your brand, because you are a brand.
Yes.
What do you want to be represented as? When they say Matthew C. Horne, they say what?
When people say Matthew C. Horne, I want them to say the world's leading authority in maximizing human potential. I want them to think that whenever they have an encounter with Matthew C. Horne, whether it be my audiobooks, books, different DVDs and products, that my awareness of myself has been heightened and that any limits on my life have been removed.
All right. Well, there he is, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the website again. Please check it out and pre-order your copy now.
Hola, hello, Rasheen. All hello in different languages. I'm not sure of the languages yet, but we'll discuss that today. Probably not. Today we're going to do something a little different with the Lifestyle Entertainment Report. We're making up the perfect artist, and there's no perfect person. Everyone has flaws, but today we're going to compile a perfect artist, which will be made up of these parts. First, you have to have the bravado, the swag, the confidence of a T.I./Diddy or Jay-Z. All of these artists have had ups and downs in their career. T.I.'s arrest and arrest again, Nitty's trial and his reduction of album sales after Biggie's death, and Jay-Z losing the battle to Nas. But with resiliency comes confidence. These artists were not concerned with what was going on with around them, but they more believed in their talent and their craft, and they worked harder. In an industry where nobody is safe, you have to have thick skin. Hip-hop is one of the genres of music that people are here today and gone tomorrow. Same people that love T.I. are the same people who call him a snitch when he got arrested. Same people that were going on Diddy for the shiny suits and the dancing. Same people call him a genius and the best businessman in hip-hop. same people that love Jay-Z are the same people that called him a devil worshiper from some random person on YouTube talking random foolishness. But many hip-hop fans are bandwagon riders. So you have to have the swag, the bravado to take the hits. Second, you have to have creativity. Every album should show growth. Your first album should not sound like your fifth album. So with that, you have to have the creativity of a Kanye West or a Lupe Fiasco. This just comes from pure talent. You can't gain creativity as an attribute. You either have it or you don't have it. Speaking of Lupe, you have to have the wordplay of a Lupe, Fabulous, Los, Jay-Z. A J line was, they think I'm out of shape, so I have to jog their memory. Think with indelible ink, I let the pen go. Versus permanently tattooed service mementos. I'm so mental. My track record speaks for itself. It's so instrumental. Indelible ink is what artists use to write or draw, and it's permanent. It can't be erased. Jay-Z saying he thinks with indelible ink, meaning he doesn't write lyrics, but he thinks it, and what he thinks can't be erased. It's also Indelible Ink is a tattoo company when he said his verses serve as tattoo mementos. And the I'm so mental, my track record speaks for itself, is so instrumental. Of course, the music is recorded on tracks that use instrumentals, and he was also saying his actual track record is instrumental for rap music. These lines had repetitive double entendres, also double meanings. And I did not know what a double or triple entendre was until Jay-Z said it. So when I listen to Lupe Fiasco, I have to research and I have to dissect verses, same with Jay-Z, to understand what actually they're saying. This is a sign of someone who's on top of their game with wordplay. When an artist takes time to make lyrics where you have to decode what they're trying to say, as much as poetry as a Toni Morrison book. Anytime you're listening to a CD and months later you catch something that you didn't catch, the months before, you have to say that's a good artist and he has good wordplay, or she. Bravado, wordplay, content is the last attribute. If you have the same subject matter on every CD, no matter what the subject is, you become boring. A perfect artist's content has to relate to the common person, even though artists don't live common lives. Nas and Kanye do well with content. A perfect artist's content has to be real, factual, inspirational, and thought-provoking. You will never have a perfect artist. But if you did, then, it would be a perfect person, which nobody is. Does that mean we shouldn't strive for perfection? I make a mistake every day, but if I don't try to be perfect, I'll never make a mistake. And if you don't make mistakes, you'll never grow. So don't worry about what or who has to say about you or your craft. Don't worry about the critics. Enjoy your journey. Keep growing. Live your dreams or don't live at all.
People are always complimenting me for my positive vibes. I'm flattered to be known for that, but I kind of wonder, why doesn't everyone choose to be positive? It is most definitely a choice. If you're not choosing to be positive, you're pretty much choosing to be negative. So I'm thinking, why on earth would anyone want to do that? Then I said, okay, Chanel, it can't be that simple. So I started to brainstorm, why is choosing to be positive such an easy decision for me? And that's simple. I carefully screen the energy that enters into my life. Granted, I can't control some things, but most things I can regulate. I decide the people I hang around. I decide the places I go. I decide the music I listen to. And I decide the type of programs I watch. And because I take the time to carefully screen what is deposited into my spirit, you're able to withdraw such positive vibes. My life is no happy-go-lucky series of fortunate events. There are people who look at me sometimes and think I just have it going on here. And I'm here to tell you right now, I am a serious work in progress. You have no idea how much I've sacrificed to be here, okay? Believing in yourself and following your dreams does not necessarily pay the bills, at least now. So I might curl my hair and put on some makeup and have these lights pointed at me for a few hours a week. But outside of there, it is a constant struggle, sleepless nights, overdue bills. There is nothing guaranteed for me, but I believe in myself. I really do. So I don't walk around with my head bowed and my shoulders lowered. I don't dwell on my problems. I don't worry about things that I can't control. If I did, I would be stressed out. And don't nobody want to see me stressed out. On second thought, I know a few people who would like to see me stressed out, some confused fans. Some people might call them haters. They want to see me in a negative state. And that's one wish I cannot grant you. As a matter of fact, that's just ammunition for me to deflect all of that negative energy with a shield of positivity. Sorry, boo. I don't even see you. I choose to be positive. I choose to not feed into negativity. I didn't entertain, or I won't entertain myself with a bunch of negative stuff. Like, I'm not going to sit and watch these reality shows. I don't have a lot of time to waste, period, but I definitely don't have a lot of time to sit and watch a bunch of savages tear each other down. And if you're entertained by that, Bad Girls Club, well, that is a lesson for a whole nother show. I suggest if you want to wake up in a better mood, if you want to be happy, you have to make some changes. You may need to modify your inputs in order to get a better output. I hope that makes sense. People don't give the media enough credit for its influence in their lives. You're not only a product of your environment. How many hours a week do you spend watching television programs that are filled with negativity for your spirit? These shows are not called programs for nothing. Why choose to be programmed by anything other than something that is good for you? Choose to be positive. I recently had to break down to my daughter that everybody is not your friend. The few that you have, cherish, but choose them wisely. I saw a quote from Camilla Collar-Mullen. You are the sum total of the 5 people you hang around the most. Do the math. Do you want that to be you? Pastor Battle says that, and I will never forget this. He said this back when I was in college. Show me your friends and I will show you your future. Put people around you that will help you stay positive. If your friends don't do anything but gossip and stay involved in a bunch of drama, then you are voluntarily choosing to participate in that yourself. If I'm trying to stay up here throughout the day, I can't keep getting text messages and phone calls that are from down here. That would bring me down, and I'm rising, Spivey. Now that you know better, you have to do better. Even me, I have a problem with learning hard. Like, I'll learn something or I'll learn a lesson and it'll take me way too much time to start to apply that lesson to my actions. And these days, time is of the essence. I have no time to waste, nor energy to waste on negativity. Nothing positive comes from negative. Nothing positive is going to come from you cursing somebody out. Nothing positive is going to come from you hating your boss. Nothing positive is going to come from gossiping about your coworker. It does nothing for you. Do something for yourself and choose to be positive. Ready, set, go. Out on the road alone, but not lonely. I'm cool with flying solo, wouldn't mind someone to hold me. I know why God has placed me here. I'm focused on my mission. Taking a break from romance seems to be the best decision. Nah, something is missing. Nah, maybe I'm tripping. Every time I give my heart, I find myself slipping. Won't happen again. Taking a break from men, I gotta save the future. Forget a boyfriend. My biggest distraction has always been them. I gotta focus right now if I'm ever gonna win. Looking at the stars tonight, I'm in love with my dreams. I'm focused on the sky. Why? Cause I believe I'm here to save the world, make it a better place. I got so much going on, I think it's time I clean my plate. Can't start from the gate, can't go back in time. I just learn from my mistakes. I can't press rewind.